Well, for more on this now, let's bring in France 24's Philip Turle. Philip, why has it taken so long to actually get the IAEA into Zaporizhzhia?
Well, there have been a lot of hurdles to overcome in this mission, Jeannie, since the start of the war in Ukraine. As Rafael Grossi was saying during that interview last week, this is a completely unique situation where they're going into a war zone between two different countries to look at a nuclear plant. Already getting that organized is no easy task. On top of that, there have been a lot of problems caused by both sides refusing to let the mission in there. As far as the Ukrainians were concerned, they were worried, first of all, that a mission by the IAEA would be seen as giving support to Russian control of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. That was something they were not willing to accept. They seem to have mellowed their position as far as that's concerned. On the Russian side, the Russians refused to let the inspectors go through Russia to get to the plant. They had to come through Ukraine to get there. As we were just hearing, it's a very treacherous and perilous journey for the inspectors to actually get to Zaporizhzhia to make their inspection when they get there. Then there's also been an argument over the makeup of the group. There are 14 people, 13 men and one woman. The Ukrainians would not accept a group which they said would be pro-Russian, and the Russians said, well, they wouldn't accept a group of inspectors who they deemed to be pro-Ukrainian. So now the makeup has been worked out that there will be some pro-Ukrainians, for example, from Poland and from Latvia. There will be some pro-Russians, for example, from Serbia, and there will be some neutral countries, like, for example, from France. Remember, that it was after that phone call between President Putin and President Macron, the French president, that it was finally agreed by Russia that they would let the inspectors in there. So all of this has been a long time being built up to get this inspection group in there. We still don't know exactly what they're going to do, but it appears that they will be there now within days.
And of course, this is a very dangerous mission. We have to remind everyone, of course, that Ukraine is in the midst of a war, and there has been shelling around the plant that's been increasing in recent weeks.
Well, both sides have been accusing each other of shelling the plant. The Ukrainians have been accused of shelling the plant to try to dislodge the Russian forces which are in control there. Russia says, well, look, no, we're not taking control of the plant. We're not using it as a military base. We're there to protect what's going on there. The Ukrainians say it's the Russians who are shelling to try to keep the Ukrainian forces back. So I think the first part of this inspection will be to see just what damage has been done to the plant and to assess what needs to be done to make it secure. It has to be said that this nuclear plant is a lot more secure than, for example, the Chernobyl plant that exploded in 1986. It's been constructed to withstand an aeroplane crash. So I think that on that front, it's going to be not too much of a risk that there will be a nuclear fallout. But there are other areas of the plant that are much more at risk. First of all, spent nuclear fuel in swimming pools around the plant could lead to a nuclear leak if they are attacked. There's less security around that. And also the other big question is about electricity supplies to the plant. If the electricity supplies break down, then that could stop the turbines from sending water to keep it cool and could lead to a nuclear meltdown. That is a strong risk. That could be a situation similar to the one that we saw in the Fukushima plant in Japan after the tsunami. So I think all of those issues are going to be looked at by the nuclear inspectors when they get in.